Given what we've experienced in 2020 with the coronavirus pandemic and the ensuing health, societal, and economic crisis, I've spoken quite a bit about how to help brands navigate through these crazy times. And I've gotten really a lot of positive feedback that I'm thankful for. And so I want to provide a little bit more about keeping a brand centered in a time of crisis. And now you might be listening to this at some time in the future where hopefully we've moved beyond the immediate crisis and we're no longer working from home, recording this in my house, or you're listening in your home office. And hopefully we're no longer in those days and things are, I don't want to say back to normal, but not where they are as I record this in April of 2020. But the concepts I'm going over here apply to any type of crisis. So a lot of times before 2020, many brands faced crises of their own making, of a snafu or one of their senior management, did something embarrassing, or perhaps the brand made a bad mistake like the introduction of new Coke or rolling out a new logo that lands with a thud and doesn't resonate with the brand's customers. So this applies to any type of crisis. And what I want to talk about is keeping your brand centered in a time of crisis. And there are 6 key tools for doing that. Number 1 is to listen and gather information. The more information you have and the better you listen to what others are saying and to what's relevant, the more informed your decisions will be. Number 2, as you're doing that, don't panic. Staying calm and resolute and steady, just like a sailboat amidst a storm, right? It's like you can't panic. If you panic, it's so much harder to navigate and maintain your senses of where you are. Reflect your core values. If you haven't looked at your core values in a long time, this is a great opportunity. Why did you start the business? What does the business represent? What are you trying to do for your customers and clients? Go back to those core values and reflect those now more than ever in a time of crisis. Maintain your proper brand and trademark protection, because for a brand, it's always important to be protected, to deal with customers, to deal with knockoffs, to deal with online infringements, to deal with a whole host of things. So we don't want to overlook that. And in particular, you want to make sure that you are staying on top of renewal deadlines so that hard work to obtain registrations isn't lost. And you want to make sure that any new products or services or new brand names or new slogans created amidst the crisis are properly vetted, cleared, and protected. You want to communicate openly. Communicate openly with your employees and your staff and with your customers. Honesty is so valued and treasured today, and we're seeing brands that communicate honestly and openly much, much more beloved by their customers than the alternative. And finally, on that related note, is put customers above profits. Brands that seek to take short-term advantage of a crisis and capitalize on it, I think are doing, themselves a disservice long-term, because customers will recognize what they're doing and they'll recognize that the company is putting those short-term profits ahead of the long-term interests of the customers and the employees and the business as a whole. So of course it's a fine balance perhaps, but I would at least consider and make sure you're contemplating whether you're putting customers above profits or vice versa, and which will best serve the business and the brand in the long term. So those are some of the things I've been talking to clients about in this crisis. I'm happy to talk to you if your brand's going through a crisis or your brand just needs help overall, staying centered, reflecting its core values. Reach out to me if you want to set up a time to talk, and let's see how we can work together.